Hello there, I'm Stephen Bunting and I'm a UK-based physiotherapist. Welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate a simple exercise program that you can do at home with no equipment. It's designed particularly for the older population, but anyone can use it. It's great as a standalone program for those of you who might find it difficult to get out and exercise in other ways, or you could use it to supplement your normal activities by just using it on those days when you can't get out and do other things. It's going to focus on a combination of strength, balance and a bit of cardio. If it's going to be your only source of regular exercise, then I'd recommend doing it for 5 days of the week if you can. It's going to take about 20 minutes or so, but you can cut that in half and do 2 shorter sessions in a day if you'd rather. Have a go at them all. If some are too difficult, then leave them alone for the time being, but do try and have another go in a few weeks when your abilities might have improved by doing the other exercises that you can manage. Okay, well let's get going. First is a bit of a warm-up to help loosen the joints and get the heart pumping. Just march on the spot and try and lift your knees as high as you can comfortably. Try and keep a nice steady pace. Use the back of a chair if you need some support, or if you can manage with less support, then try using something like a walking pole. I'm using a golf club here. Or if your balance is good, then don't use anything at all. About 1 or 2 minutes is usually enough to get loose and get the heart rate up. In the second exercise, we will loosen our arms and our spine. Using a chair for support, lift up one knee and then lift your arm in front of you as high as you can overhead. See if you can manage this 10 times or just repeat the exercise for a minute, whichever comes first. Then repeat for the other arm and leg. The second part of this exercise involves the same leg position, but this time take your arm in front of you to 90 degrees and then slowly rotate it out to the side and then behind you as far as you can. This also involves stretching your back in a twisting movement. Again, repeat 10 times or for a minute and then repeat for the other side. The third exercise is one of my favourites, as it's great for hip and knee stiffness and arthritis, and it strengthens the big muscles of the legs. In fact, if I had to pick just one exercise to improve leg strength, balance and mobility, this will be it. It's a simple squat exercise, but you can make it as easy or as hard as it needs to be for you. In its easiest form, you can use the back of a chair for support. You could even put another chair behind you if you're worried about your knees buckling, so you can quickly sit down. Now, keep your feet shoulder width apart and your back nice and straight. Imagine you're going to sit down, but then stop halfway. Pause for a second and then come back up. That's the basic exercise. How low you go will depend on your leg strength, your range of hip and knee movement, or any pain that you might get. If you can only squat a little, then that's fine, but if you can go further, then do so. You might be able to go right down to this position. See if you can manage this 10 times or for a minute, whichever comes first. You can always increase this amount if you want to. As the weeks go by and your abilities improve, you should find that you can start to squat lower. Also, if you can manage this exercise without the chair, then try just the walking pole. This will start to work your arms. Or, if you can manage with nothing at all, then do so. Let your arms come up as you dip down. This really is a great catch-all exercise. This next exercise works on our balance. The premise is to try and keep your balance for about 30 seconds, but you might need to decrease this time depending on your ability. But initially, just try and see. If it's the right level for you, then it should feel like a challenge. Start by using a chair to help, but if this is too easy for you and you can easily manage 30 seconds, then you're going to need to make it harder. So I'll quickly go through a series of progressions so you can find the right balance level that you can manage. But only just, because it needs to challenge your balance mechanisms. Okay, so start by using your whole hand on the chair for balance. Then try just using a finger or two. Then try it without any support at all. From here, you could start trying to move your weight outside of your base of support. Start by slowly leaning forwards and progress by dipping lower until eventually you're touching the floor. You could also try any of these balance exercises in bare feet, which will feel harder and will work the small muscles in the foot. Aim to do around 2 lots of 30 seconds for each leg. If you want a real challenge, then try keeping your balance with your eyes closed. The loss of vision will work your balance and proprioception much harder. This next exercise works the arms. It's a simple standing press up. This is best done against a wall or something that's not going to move. It should be quite easy if you stand upright close to the wall, but you can make it harder by moving away from the wall to the point where it becomes more of a challenge. Repeat 10 to 20 times. Back to the legs now, and using the back of a chair for support, slowly move your leg out to the side and then backwards in alternate movements. Aim for 10 repetitions and then repeat for the other side. The last exercise is a sit to stand movement. This is a great functional exercise. Many people struggle with this movement, so it's worth working on it so it becomes easier for you. The height of the chair that you use will affect how hard it is. The lower the chair, the harder it becomes. Try not to use chair arms unless you really need to. Now, the important part of this exercise is not so much the standing up, but the sitting down. Try to be very slow and deliberate when sitting down, and try to sit down very gently, like you're sitting on a pane of glass. Don't just flop down. This works the leg muscles in a way which improves their overall strength more effectively. Okay, so that's about it. Give them a go, but remember that they will only work if you do them frequently. They need to become part of your routine so they don't get missed. And the beauty of this program is that you can do them anywhere. Indoors, outdoors, on holiday, anywhere. So there really is no excuse. If you know anyone else who might benefit from this program, then please share it. And don't forget to like and subscribe, as this really helps get the video in front of more people who might also benefit. Thanks very much for watching, and bye for now.